How many of you are familiar with the Mammy caricature? The fictitious Mammy caricature. You know, you've seen her on the Aunt Jemima pancake box, on the Mrs. Butterworth syrup bottles. For those of you who may not be familiar, Mammy was a faithful and hard worker, portrayed as an obese, dark-skinned, coarse, maternal, and unattractive, desexualized figure. Although she performed the role of contentment as a necessary act to save her hide, she was severely distressed. Having evolved from being goddesses in Africa to involuntarily bound captives in America, the mask of deception that was necessary for the phenomenal Mammy to wear on her face, having grinned and paved its way from the big house all the way to the White House, has met its maker.
What, you embarrassed of me? Child, you ain't got to be. If it wasn't for me, now just where would you be? I'm a strong black woman with dignity and pride, putting all y'all's fuss and tossing my own needs aside. Don't be embarrassed of me. Now, who would have thought a great big black nappy-headed slave girl like me could have made such an impact on our society? I had the respect of the blacks and the whites. Folk look to me to keep down the fights. So when you see me in stores and on pancake boxes and syrup boxes and stuff like that, don't get mad. Be proud like me and for being a part of me. Because we all came from the same family tree.
As devastating as it was for women of Africa to be stripped from their native soil, they refused to abandon the God of their salvation.
See, I didn't know what was to become of me. Africa to America. This is what they thought of me. See, it was mercy that brought me to this pagan land and taught my benighted soul to understand that there is a God and a Savior too. Once a redemption never sought no new.
In spite of being involuntarily enslaved and denounced to nothingness, an 18th century slave poet attempts to find her true worth in her poem entitled On Virtue. Phyllis Wheatley discovers that true virtue for her is purity, goodness, salvation, and is absolutely unattainable without God.
Oh, thank you, God, for my virtue. Greatness or goodness, what shall I call thee? To give me a higher appellation? Teach me a bitter strain, a nobler lay, O thou, enthroned with cherubs, in the realm of day.
An abolitionist and women's rights activist who was born into slavery but escaped to freedom with her infant daughter. Sojourner Truth was one such virtuous woman.
I think that between the Negroes of the South and the women's at the North, all crying about rights, the white man gonna be in a fix pretty soon. I done born 13 children, and most all of them's been sold off into slavery. And when I cried out in my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Yeah. Now, if my cup won't hold but a pint, and your'n hold a whole quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full?
I'm Harriet Tubman. And I grew up ignorant, and all I knew for sure was that I wanted my liberty. I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if they just knew they were slaves.
Mary McLeod Bethune believed the true worth of a race must be measured by the character of its women. In her own words, the last will and testament of Mary McLeod Bethune.
I leave you the challenge of developing confidence in each other. The freedom gates are half ajar. We must pry them wide open.
Catapulting the civil rights movement in America, all because she was in the wrong place at the right time. Mrs. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus, turning America upside down with her unrelenting determination and tenacity.
I won't move to the back of the bus. I paid my fare. I won't move to the back of the bus.
I said get up, lady!
I will not move to the back of the bus, sir. This is my seat. This is my space in time. I've endured the hardships. I ran the race. I paid my fare. This is my seat. I won't move to the back of the bus because there's no one more deserving of this seat than me. I will never move to the back of the bus.
The youngest of 20 children, by the age of 13, Fannie Lou Hamer was picking 200 to 300 pounds of cotton on the plantation. The signature trait of this civil rights activist was that she always sang Christian hymns, which reflected her belief that the civil rights struggle was deeply spiritual.
The best thing that happened to me was in 1962. There was a group of young people came to our town and they was telling us about being able to vote. I was so excited. So the next day, 17 of us hopped on the bus and we went up to Mississippi Courthouse and we were ready to vote. And I got there and we didn't know that people didn't want us to vote. We hopped on the bus, we went back home, and as we was going back home, the police pulled us over and told us that we weren't supposed to be there. They had these chunked up charges. They took us to jail and they beat us that night, and they beat us that night. And the next day we got up and we went home. But when I got there, the man was on the farm. What he did, he told me I had to leave. He told me I couldn't work there no more. But you know, that was the best thing that could have happened to me. I was able to work full time for my people, and sure enough, that's what I did. I went in and I worked and I worked and I worked. I set up different type of organizations. Even though I may have been sick and tired of being sick and tired all my life, I went out there and I worked for my people. We established our own bank for farmers. Was able to get the money. I was able to also not only do that, but I was able to help those who needed help.
African American queens of beauty, grace, and strength have gifted the world with color, power, perseverance, and an authentic flavor. We continue to thrive as leaders. We impact wisdom, promote peace, share wealth, train up strong, resilient children, often single-handedly. We dream dreams and we build empires with the same stones that were thrown at us.
Now you understand just why my hair's not loud. I don't shout or jump about or have to speak real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say this in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair. I say it's in the palm of my hand.
All right.
I say it's in the need of my care because I'm a woman phenomenally.
Yes, you are.
Phenomenal woman.
Yes.
That's me.